Oshio, I wanted to, talk. Mainly this is to my friends that I'm really more acquainted with on YouTube. It's not really meant for every misguided or fear-mongering or type person or whatever, and blah 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 blah. Okay, mainly just me talking. I was just remembering something, and my dear friends, this was back. Now the event, what I'm talking about, it happened. Let me see. I think it was back in 2001 or 2. I think it was 2001. It was after 2011, I think. Might have been before. No, it was after. Excuse me. Yes, it was after. I'm sorry, but anyway. Now it was back. Wasn't too long. Right after I got my life straightened out and gave it all back to Jesus and everything, and because I'd been a long time away from God, and I mean a long time, but anyway. Now, let me just mind, you hear about Planet X or Nibiru or whatever they call it, and all this. Most, all that stuff I don't put stock in, and in the way I view, if there's anything to it, it happens, it don't, it don't, but not, I don't believe anything like the way these people go around talking about, but, now, at that time, I knew nothing. Because I didn't even have a computer, so I knew nothing, not from no news, nothing about anything about Planet X and Nibiru and 2012 and all. I knew nothing. But anyway, I remember I'd had a dream. I guess some would have called it a night vision or something, but I call it a dream, I guess. I guess that's the best way to sum it up, a dream. But it sure seemed real. And I have 2 illustrations. I'm sorry I don't have no balls or anything or models or anything to use to demonstrate or nothing, but got 2 rocks, okay? And I remember, now some of it, because it's been so long ago, it's kind of vague. But what I do remember of it, of the dream, was that I was like taking, it was a space, I was just up, like taken up and looking down. I mean, it was like, I didn't see no angels in them, but I had in the dream, it was the feeling of a presence of a holy being. But anyway, let's say this little rock here, it represents the earth. And I was sitting there looking down, and it was funny that it's hard to explain, but I knew events and things that was happening, kind of, but it's hard to explain. But anyway, I was looking down, and but then I saw this planet. Let's say this is that planet. What that planet is, I don't know. All I know was I saw this big old planet. It was reddish looking, kind of, red, kind of. I don't know what color, just reddish. Everyone's got different ideas what red is. You got burgundy, maroon, and all this other stuff. It was just red. That's the only thing I can tell you. Not fire red, just red. And let's say it was coming at an angle, and it was coming close, not hitting the earth, not even like, oh, all of a sudden you look up from the earth or something and you see, oh look, there's a big planet, but only thing I can tell you what was in the dream, right? and that planet was coming around, you know, it was coming close to the Earth. I don't know, I can't say if it would have to have been between the Earth and the Moon, I guess. It was a pretty good size, but it came around, but it swung around, but it was going way off in another direction. It swung around and then went off. But when as it was coming around, just coming around, everything on the Earth, I mean earthquakes, there was floods and tidal waves, storms, and all kinds of stuff, you know, besides whatever unrest, you know, things going on the Earth. But even from up there, I could hear the screams, you know, of people, you know, and I don't know, you just, you know, you get to remembering things. I just threw the Earth and that red planet down. Okay, it's just like, you know, it's hard to really explain. It's just that all you know is when you get to thinking about things, it's that, you know, you start, you know, hearing, and then, you know, a year later you start hearing about this planet and this planet, you know, you know, like, well, maybe that's one. Nah, maybe that's one. One thing I haven't done, you know, will do, is not say that it was Planet X or Nibiru or any of that. So I really believe there was something to it, you know, and I know that it had an effect on the Earth. Now, it didn't kill, you know, in a sense, killing every single person on the Earth, wipe out, total annihilation of the Earth. I don't believe that, because if I did, then I'd call the Bible a liar, and I'll never do that, because I know what the Bible says is true. But I know what the Bible talks about, signs, you know, in the heavens and things, you know, to show, you know, the sign of the Son of Man, you know, that time when things is near. Of course, we already see other events, though, that's happening that lets us know that that's happening. You know, I hear people go around sharing dreams. You know, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with you want to share your dreams, but sometimes it's just that, a dream. And I'm not even claiming that dream was a prophetic dream, not at all. I'm just sharing it with my friends. It seems a lot easier just doing it, you know, posting it on YouTube, you know, than trying to send it via email. Because it seems like I always have a problem because it's too big of a file or something, but and then of course, you know, I know other people see the video that, you know, that, and then they get all kinds of weird notions and stuff. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you know what I mean. The thing is, you know, I know a lot of people post dreams. They do have dreams, and I won't say that none of those people's dreams ain't true. But sometimes people have a hard time discerning when a dream is just a dream, and then they got to say it's from God. They won't come out and say, I don't know. Maybe. I know there's a few that do, you know, say maybe and don't profess that it's really anything. They just want to share the dreams. But, you know, I always think it's really sad, the ones who get around and start proclaiming it, because that's the same, that would be the same as saying, thus saith God, when God didn't speak. And sometimes we can do that within ourselves. But, you know, like, but when we're sitting, you know, like if we're sitting down with you, my friends, we were sitting down at a table, I'd be discussing it, and we'd be talking, and, you know, not for the whole world, but maybe in this case, I guess for a few that hear it out there and understand what I'm saying, you know, maybe it is for them. It's just always keep in perspective, I guess, as everyone should, is that you need to really know, if you have a dream, sometimes you can really know for sure it's from God, but most times people don't. They just put it out there, and they just try to go along. It's that 2012 thing, and all this? Well, you know, we have a better source of information than what they got. It's called the Bible. Or as amongst the native peoples, the indigenous peoples of North America would say the Book of Heaven. So, I mean, you have that source. It's more reliable than so-called Mayan prophecy, which is hogwash. You know, and it's amazing though what you get on YouTube. Well, hey, who am I talking to? I mean, you know. You sit there and see it. But I thought I would share it. Maybe there's something. Maybe it's not. But, you know, I don't know. I just was remembering it, you know. So I thought I would share that thought with you. And anyone else that's watching, just to say, hey, you know, if you have a dream, you know, it's one thing to share it, but you need to kind of clarify things. Now, there's some that actually have things from God, and they share it, but nobody wants to hear it because people generally want to hear what they want to hear, and you can tell them one thing, and they'll turn around and twist everything you say, and, you know, it's because they don't hear what you're saying, they hear what they want to hear. Go figure. So anyway, I thought I would share these few thoughts and stuff and everything with y'all. I know it's not no great message or anything like that. It's just thoughts, you know. I just sit there like, oh wow, yeah, I remember that. Could be something. Maybe not. But people need to watch about what they say in the name of the Lord. Now, we know there's a lot of preachers that don't hear from God, and they make up things and they stretch things, and they go along with the general consensus to make themselves look good. And then you got the preachers who do hear from God, and they do warn, but yet people won't listen to them. It's all about people are out there wanting to hear what they want to hear. And, you know, I mean, it's like people who want to go to haunted houses on Halloween. They want to see horror films because they want to be scared. You know, that's a sad thing. They want to be scared, but when they're put in a real scenario, oh, it's a whole different ballgame. But it's funny. You know, not ha-ha funny, but it's funny. These people are like that. But they, you know, they're driven by fear. And that's a shame. Now, trust me, I do believe in the fear of God, but, you know, but when I talk about fear, these people don't have that kind of fear in them. There's just this one fear that they, you know, it's like they're driven by it. Just like they're driven by anger and hate, selfish motives, you know, you name it. But my friends, and any of you others out there that are brothers and sisters in the Lord, try to remember what our duty is. If you discuss a dream, clarify things at the beginning, and be careful before you speak in the name, the authority of the Lord, because you can bring a bad reproach against the Lord and the body of Christ. So let's not be like everybody else. So anyway, that was my thoughts. God bless you. Shalom and aho. And hey, are you enjoying the warm weather? It's a little warm today. Well, enjoy it while it lasts until spring really does come. God bless you again. Aho.